Hi all you lovely kings, queens, and in-betweens, my name is Elaine, and I want to welcome you to my review and discussion of each of the cost recovery abilities that emerge from Unison League's Mage rings. Now, I'm just going to jump right into things in any fashion that suits my fancy. Let's start with the last cost recovery ability you unlock from the Mage rings, Trance Magic Wall, which has a cooldown of 40 seconds and a cost of 0. It's a Mage exclusive ability, which damages you for 30% of your max HP. It recovers your cost by 25. It targets yourself and your adjacent allies, so a max of 3 targets in total. It applies an effect that reflects 50% of physical and magic damage taken for 5 seconds. It cannot be used when you have less than 30% of your max HP remaining. This ability is an updated version of the Mage's earlier abilities, Ether Exchange and Fanatic Soul. Surprisingly, or perhaps not given Unison League logic, it's the ability that falls in the middle of the three. Like both previous cost recovery abilities awarded the Mage, it has a base cooldown of 40 seconds and a cost of 0. Unlike Ether Exchange, it has a secondary portion to its ability, making it better than it in that regard, but worse in the sense that it's Mage exclusive. This is not something your non-Mage friends can use, or something you can use when you're not playing as a Mage either. However, Trance Magic Wall recovers 5 more cost per use than Ether Exchange's base form, and the same amount as Fanatic Soul's base form, 25 cost in all. And like the others, Trance Magic Wall requires you to give blood to the Blood God in order to use, 30% of your max HP. Where Fanatic Soul exceeds Trance Magic Wall is in its secondary effect. Fanatic Soul's base increases the critical damage ability power of all allies by 20 for 40 seconds, whereas Trance Magic Wall targets yourself and your adjacent allies a max of 3 targets in total. It applies an effect that reflects 50% of physical and magic damage taken for 5 seconds. So Fanatic Soul is clearly superior for several reasons. First, its secondary effect lasts 35 seconds longer than Trance Magic Wall's. Second, Fanatic Soul affects all of your allies as opposed to Trance Magic Wall's mere 3. Third, Fanatic Soul gives your team a boost that could raise your team's damage output and is harder for the enemy to clear and contend with, partially because of its length and partially because of the few counters available such as monster abilities, then the coupling of defensive and offensive abilities awarded to Trance Magic Wall. Basically, the enemy has to have a good healer or good healers, not be squishy AF, and not be facing classes that have increased chances of inflicting a break, like the Lancer among probably some other things I'm conveniently forgetting in the case of Fanatic Soul. With Trance Magic Wall, the effect is not only 5 seconds, but something that can easily be countered by things such as piercing, aka penetration skills, and certain defensive gear. Cost recovery abilities are extremely helpful in Unison League, no matter what you're doing, because they ensure that you have a way to recover cost more readily, so you can keep attacking and defeating your enemies, utilize heals that will keep your team alive, and utilize utilities that will help your team in various ways. Unfortunately, Trance Magic Wall just isn't as good as Fanatic Soul, so I would keep Fanatic Soul in your lineup and give Trance Magic Wall a miss as soon as you are able to upgrade from Ether Exchange to Fanatic Soul, assuming you're playing as a Mage. If you're not, you're stuck with EE or some of the other class exclusive cost recovery abilities. Sorry folks. And there you have it, my review and discussion of each of the cost recovery abilities that become available in Unison League via the Mage rings. What did you think of my review? Did I leave anything out? Let me know down below in the comments. I always like to know what you kings, queens, and in-betweens think. And if you like what you saw here today, please smash that like button until it's blue, subscribe, ring that bell so you'll know what's up. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye guys!